Hi, and welcome to the March edition of APA Talk. My name is Terry Justice, owner-operator of the APA Pool League of Maryland and Eastern West Virginia. Well, a lot's changed over the last month. The governor dropped the 10 p.m. curfew. It was lifted across the state. Also, the mayor of Baltimore City uh, dropped the 1 hour dining order that was in place. So we actually are able to, or have been able to, get our Baltimore City leagues back up and running after months of being shut down. Now, with our Baltimore City leagues, to get them in, to get their matches in time to play in the triennials, we're going to extend it past the normal time frames that are set for all of the other leagues across the state, and their semifinals will be played 1 week later than the rest of the state. They also will, play their divisional finals locally because we don't have time to get them, through the semifinals and into the divisional finals over at the new green room with Baltimore County and Howard County. So for this session only, Baltimore City will have a little bit different structure on their playoff situation, playoff positions and time frames. So now Baltimore County and Howard County, everything is still on at the new green room for the divisional finals. There will be some changes again based upon the quantity change on number of divisions that are playing in Baltimore and Howard counties, again, because of Baltimore City divisions not being included. So it will change the time frames potentially on some of the divisions, but we will be putting out a calendar, a new calendar, which will list what division numbers play on Friday night, which ones play Saturday, on the two different time frames, and we are changing the time frames back. So Friday night will now be 8 p.m. for the divisional finals over the new green room for, again, Baltimore and Howard County teams. And on Saturday, it will be changed back to 1 p.m. for the early rounds, and 7 p.m. for the Saturday evening rounds for the divisional finals. And Sunday will be changed to Sunday noon. Everything is reverting back to where it was prior to the 10 p.m. curfew being put in place. Now, as far as the triennials again will revert back to the normal times: Friday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 1, Saturday at 7, doors opening at 11 at the new green room, and Sunday at noon, and if needed, 6 p.m. rounds on Sunday evening. Now, again, we had to go back to Friday night, a couple sessions ago, due to the fact of the restrictions that are in place, table restrictions. We have every other table shut down over at the green room, so that we keep everyone safe. And it knocked out about 8 of our tables. So again, Friday night will be back in play until this pandemic is over and we can get back to normality and use all 24 tables at that time. So again, triennial times along with divisional final times at the new green room: 8 p.m. Fridays, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturdays, noon, and if needed, 6 p.m. on Sundays. Now, the national office put out some announcements as to the dates of the WPC. I'm sure you've seen them in the newsletters, emails that have gone out. The World Pool Championship has been pushed out to October, and I think I mentioned this in last month's e-newsletter. The exact dates you can find in this e-newsletter below the video. Also, the events, the Pool Players Championship events, have been pushed out to August. And again, the dates are listed, and I mentioned them in the last video. This is for the 8-ball and 9-ball singles teams that are competing: the wheelchair, the 8-ball and 9-ball doubles, Jack and Jill doubles, ladies, masters, and the team captains. All those events are scheduled for August. Now, if anything comes up to where those are postponed, we'll keep you posted. But let's hope and pray that we can, things get better as far as the COVID situation, and by August, we'll be able to pull those events off out in Vegas. Again, The convention centers, which host a lot of people, are get things pretty crowded. So unless things get better, we may have there may be a postponement of those. But right now they're scheduled for August, and the team events again are scheduled for October, and they were pushed out there so that to give time for COVID to run its course and for things to get back to some sense of normality. Now, in this newsletter, there's some detailed information for the 2020 WPC qualified teams, the teams that won in our 2020 World Qualifier as far as eligibility requirements, etc. And we have also some information for our 2021 WQ teams. Now, just to give you a little bit of an overview on that, the summer session, that none of the teams will be required to play the summer session, which is standard procedure. The teams for the 2020 event, they were not required to stay together as a team unit for the fall session or the spring, where there were some requirements for them to stay active. So again, look at all the details listed below in the e-newsletter. Now, in closing, I'd like to say thank you for all of our APA members, for being conscientious, for wearing your mask, for keeping your social distancing, for trying to keep yourself and your fellow APA members safe. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a serious pandemic that we're dealing with. It doesn't matter what you think about masks. It doesn't matter what you think about social distancing. Whether you've had COVID and you feel that you're immune and that you can't spread it, no one knows the answers to any of these questions at this point. Not even the top doctors and scientists across the world. So please stay vigilant. Keep your distance. If someone comes up to you and their mask is down under their nose, step back. Okay, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and please keep your mask pulled up over your nose yourself. Now, I play sports. I play racquetball, pickleball, and I don't like wearing a mask any more than you like doing it. But again, it does save lives. We've lost way too many lives to this pandemic, and let's do everything in our power, whether you believe in it or not, to please comply with all the rules and regulations. Now, at our office, as I mentioned before, we are doing COVID tracing. We are quarantining teams if any of the members, get COVID, or if they test positive COVID, if they've been around people and could have picked up, the COVID virus, we will quarantine the teams for the week or two, whatever is required, and we will issue COVID points in those cases where we do quarantine, the entire teams. If you're feeling, ill in the least, do not come out to pool. Do not come to our divisional finals. Do not come to the triannuals. If you test positive for COVID, we will advance your team to a future triennial. So please, get in contact with our office. We take this serious. We track every report that comes into us. And again, when needed, we will quarantine the teams. We don't care about the revenue. We care about keeping our members safe. So please, share with us the same concern. And again, if you're not feeling well, do not go out to league. If you are COVID positive, definitely don't get around anyone. And make us aware so that we can, make, the teams that might have been infected aware of the situation, so they can be, cautious. And if they develop symptoms, they can take action as needed too. And as I said in closing, I want to thank everyone for being conscientious and following the rules on this. And we've lost, a few of our members over, this pandemic. And I am so sorry for the loss of anyone. I feel for the family. My heart breaks for the family, and I want to offer our prayers from myself, Val, Melissa, our office staff, to the family and friends of those who have lost loved ones. And until next month, may God bless.